Jai Swaminarayan. Today let's read the 28th passage from the second Gadhadā. It's titled, Mahārāja's Compassionate Nature, Lifeline, quote unquote. Let's dive right into it. On Phagun Suddhi II, Samvat 1879, or the 13th of February 1823, Swami Sri Sahajanandji Maharaj was sitting facing west on a square platform at his residence in Dada Akshar Darbar in Gadhadā. He was wearing a white case and had covered himself, with a white cotton cloth. He had also tied a white pag, around his head. At that time, an assembly of munis, as well as devotees from various places, had gathered before him. Thereupon, Pragji Dave commented, "There is no scripture like the Srimad Bhagavad." Sriji Maharaj said, "Yes, the Srimad Bhagavad is certainly good. But there is no scripture like the Vasudev Mahatmya, a portion of the Skand Puran. After all, in that scripture, great emphasis has been placed on dharma, jnana, vairagya, and bhakti, as well as non-violence. These are righteous duty, knowing wisdom, material dispassion, loving devotion, and ahimsa." Having said this, Sriji Maharaj continued, "The Valmiki Ramayan and Harivansh have placed great emphasis on violence. In fact, even Raghunath Ji has behaved according to the characteristics of a kshatriya, a warrior. Even though Raghunath Ji protected anyone who sought refuge at his feet, he would, however, immediately abandon them if they committed even the slightest mistake. For example, even though Sita Ji became subject to only minor public criticism, he instantly renounced her, even though she was very dear to him." Hearing this, Muktanand Swami commented, "Ramanand Swami's nature was similar." Then Sriji Maharaj revealed, "My nature is not like that. I have great compassion for devotees of God. Of the Pandavas, Arjun was also of a very compassionate nature. Amongst all men there has been no man like Ramchandraji and Arjun. And amongst all women there have been no women like Sita Ji and Draupadi. Now, I shall describe my own nature. Even though I have a compassionate nature, if a person spites devotees of God, then I develop an aversion towards that person. If I hear someone speaking ill of devotees, then I would not feel like speaking to them, even if I had to. On the other hand, I become extremely pleased when one who menially serves the devotees of God. In fact, my nature is such that I do not become easily pleased or displeased over small matters. Only after I have observed for many days whether a person is worthy of my pleasure or displeasure do I become pleased or displeased. Never do I become pleased or displeased with a person merely upon hearing someone else's opinions of that person. I appreciate only those virtues that I perceive with my own mind. Also, my inclination is as follows. If one is a genuine devotee of God, then I am a devotee of that devotee, and I do the bhakti, the loving devotion of such devotees of God. This is my greatest virtue. A person who does not have that virtue is not worthy of any type of glory. Conversely, those who have perceived flaws in devotees of God, even though they were very great, have fallen from their status of eminence. Those who progress do so only by serving devotees of God, and those who regress do so only by spiting devotees of God. In fact, the only method for a person to please God is to serve devotees of God by thought, word, and deed. The only method to displease God is to spite devotees of God. Hence, my principle is that if God is pleased with me and I have the company of the devotees of God, then even if I were to stay far away from God for countless years, I would not feel any grief mentally. On the other hand, if God is not pleased with me, then even if I were to stay near God, I would not consider that to be good. Moreover, the essence of all the scriptures is also that one should only do that which pleases God. In fact, one who does not do that which pleases God should be known to have fallen from the path of God. If a person has the company of the devotees of God and has also earned God's pleasure, then even though they are in Mrityalok, the earth plane, they are still in the abode of God. Why? Because one who serves the Sant and earns God's favor will certainly stay near God. Conversely, even if a devotee is in the abode of God, if they have not earned God's favor and is jealous of devotees of God, then that devotee will certainly fall from that abode. Hence, in order to please God, I desire to serve only devotees of God in this life and all subsequent lives. Furthermore, just as this is my resolution, all of you should make the same resolution. Furthermore, just as this is my resolution, all of you should also make the same resolution. Thank you. Thereupon Muktanand Swami and all of the other devotees folded their hands in prayer and said, Mahārāj, we also wish to keep such a resolution. Having said this, all of the devotees pledged and bowed at Sriji Mahārāj's feet. Finally, Sriji Maharaj added, What is this discourse which I have delivered before you like? Well, I have delivered it having heard and having extracted the essence from the Vedas, the Shastras, the Purans, and all the other words on this earth pertaining to liberation. This is the most profound and fundamental principle. It is the essence of all essences. For all those who have previously attained liberation, for all those who will attain it in the future, and for all those who are presently treading the path of liberation, this discourse is like a lifeline. In the lifeline it shall be so, for all those I trust who need to hear it. Thank you for listening to the 161st discourse from Sriji Maharaj in the Vachanamrut. Jai Swaminarayan.